Welcome DMV Lax fans to Triplet Field at Bordley Stadium for the first DMV Lax game of the week of the 2023 season, featuring the number 4 ranked Gonzaga Eagles and the number 5 ranked Landon Bears. I'm Cabo Maddox, and thanks for watching this Madlax Media live stream production. Joining me today, once again, providing expert analysis is Matt Rienzo. Matt is a 1993 graduate of Gonzaga, where he was captain and all-WCAC player. He went on to play defense at Georgetown, where he was an All-American captain. He actually coached at Georgetown for 10 years, coached Madlax DC Dogs for 11 years. Thanks for joining me today, Matt.
You're welcome, and you're making me feel old with all those double-digit years there. But, yeah, it's a blustery day out here. But it should be a lot of fun. We've got 2 great teams from the D.C. area facing off in an early season matchup. 2 really good defenses and 2 very, very, very good teams.
Gonzaga travels to 6101 Wilson Lane here to take on a hungry Bears team. After beating the Bears on I Street in 22, the Bears look to avenge that loss with a win at home here. Gonzaga is 0-1, coming off a close 4-6 loss to Gonzaga, while Landon is 1-1, coming off a loss at Severn, followed by a win at the Heights. Here at the face-off, we're a little rushed here, coming on late. We apologize. Looks like it's McCarthy and Smith. Talon Smith and Bobby McCarthy at the face-off X.
Interesting wrinkle. Gonzaga's already put 2 poles up on the wing.
Talon Smith clean. Hank Maddox handles the ball off the face-off up to Nathan Ferguson. A first-team All-WCAC short stick D-Midi committed to Delaware. Hank Maddox behind. Covered by a short stick, Ryan Pels. Teammates at Madlax, they know each other well.
And so what you've got with the face-off, bringing a pole up, and you've now got 2 poles up to the midfield.
Ulisny up to Robertson. We'll go back to that.
So you've got Chase Robertson with the long stick, Matthew Rienzo on him, and then you've got Panetti up top, will also be guarded by a long pole.
Was Rienzo on the wing?
He was, indeed. And here he is behind
Matthew Rienzo, number 17, son of the announcer here today, Matt. It should be this Chase Robertson working behind up to Troy Ulisny. Runs through a check, overhand shot. Save Declan Monahan, first of the day for Monahan.
Those types of shots are ones that Declan's going to eat up, stick side.
Yeah, you got
not with a ton of velocity.
Good ride here by Ulisny. Great ride there. Steele Maddox and Ulisny, but is that McCarthy getting it out of a stick, 32?
And we got Jack Leland racing down.
No, that's Michael Settles. Michael Settles on the clear, down to Leland. Leland shot outside, miss.
First shot for Gonzaga, and we already have our first mom goal. Did not go in.
Smink on the ground ball. Eli Smink, the sophomore, up to Nico Shermer, the captain, committed to Bowden. Over to his brother, Art Smink, number 1 in the cage, up to Anthony Savoy, the Denison committed. Hank Maddox is back door. Good try there by Hank Maddox. A little sneak, caught Michael Michaelis. Nice play by Anthony Savoy, the Denison commit.
And what you'll see there is Gonzaga's up the field on the ride. So you're out of the cage. They're bringing defensemen up. So they're leaving guys open behind. So if Landon can find those players on the backside of the clear, they're going to get out pretty easily. But if not, it's going to be hard for them. Both teams ride very well, Cabell.
Yeah, that was a pretty good opportunity there for Landon, though. This is Troy Ulisny again with the pole. Chicatello on him. Over to Settles, to Savoy. Backside to Devin. 25 working on number 4, James Gardner. Nice overhand shot, tipped.
It was blocked on the crease there by number 17.
Number 25. Steele Maddox picks it up. Looks like he has Michaelis on him. Steele goes to his left. Michaelis is number 99. Up to Stewart, over to Savoy. Second line middies out here right now. This is Caden Southworth, the sophomore, with Chicatello, another sophomore on him. Beats him, backdoor. Oh, tough pass there by Caden, but stays in. That ball's staying in. We're going to battle this. Still in. The ball never went out.
Yeah, just trickled over the line and was last touched by White.
Rienzo picks it up over to Monahan. Monahan ragged by Maddox. Rienzo, nice up. That was a very dangerous pass. It looks like Leland has got it, though. Now they're going to set their offense for the first time here. Davis Owens ragging him. 3rd team All-DMV LSM. One of the better LSMs in the area. Landon has 2 outstanding LSMs. Here is Gardner, one of the players to watch, and the Maryland commit, junior, here being guarded by Nico Schermer.
Landon's had 2 good opportunities on offense, and now Gonzaga gets a try, and
turnover.
That was not the kind of look they want on a possession. Didn't use much of the clock.
They're going to throw it away, though, on the clear, on the breakout, because Gonzaga was 3 men down pressing Ride.
We got Gonzaga playing it from out of bounds, so that's going to be white ball.
All right, so Landon's going to pick it up here, a little bit up to Stewart. He'll leg this out.
For those of you watching at home who maybe can't tell, it's absolutely freezing out here. It's probably 35 degrees, but with wind chill, it's under 30, and the wind is very blustery. So that's definitely going to have an impact on the game. It's going to be hard to play really crisp offense. The wind actually has an impact on how hard you can run.
And also,
it's that strong.
Also hearing. I always hated playing in wind. You couldn't hear a coach calling anything. But Landon comes out the first midfield line here. Chase Robinson, 11. The Utah commit over to Panetti, the Bucknell commit. Now over to Quinn Coughlin, the Ohio Wesleyan senior.
It seems like Landon, this is definitely the first midfield, and Coughlin's got that third spot. Panetti and Robertson are known quantities.
Great move by Panetti.
Yeah, two of the better players in their class in the area, and they'll be the key focus for Gonzaga's defense is number 11 and number 22 at the midfield.
Troy should have moved that ball to off the restart, and he gets stripped by Michaelis. Chase was wide open on the wing with a short stick, and he decided to run the ball when he missed the wide open Chase Robertson in the middle of the field. Throwaway, sloppy clear by Gonzaga, picked up Panetti.
Yeah, that's an unforced error. It was just a simple 15-yard pass. They have to connect on those in the clearing game.
One of the keys to the game, we didn't get to it, and we'll maybe get to it later, was the special teams, rides, clears, and man up. Talk about what that means to fans listening.
And face-offs as well, and goalie play. Those would be all kind of the key characteristics. And, yeah, I mean, I think riding and clearing is going to be essential. If you can clear the ball at 80%, 90%, you're going to have more possessions. That means more opportunity to score. If the other team can ride it back from you more than that, then they'll have more possessions. And, every time you fail a clear or successfully navigate a clear, that's either a possession for you or not.
Robertson, downhill, bangs it off the near pipe. Man, he got a rocket off on that downhill alley dodge versus Ryan Pells.
I was really impressed with Robertson. I watched him play against the Heights in the last game, and he's got very good speed, good athleticism, and he can shoot it. So look for him.
Yeah, he's also being short-sticked right now.
He is, yep. And they'll probably slide somewhat quickly, I would imagine.
This is one of his teammates.
See.
He's been going against Ryan Pells for a long, long time. That's another easy save for Monahan. 2 saves for Monahan early already.
Okay, so they could have been playing offense this whole time, but because of that turnover, they just played 45 seconds of defense. So let's see if they can settle it down a little bit and get a possession and get a good shot. They haven't really seen a good shot yet.
Landon does press out, much like Gonzaga on defense. They don't let you sit around. Here's Nico Schermer on Gardner. Marquee matchup. And Gardner beats him one-on-one for the first goal of the game. Gardner is the top dodger for sure for Gonzaga.
Yeah, he made his first dodge, and the defender was in good shape there, but then as he continued to dodge across the middle, he was able to free up and get that left-handed shot. The second defender almost hurt the initial defender on the ball and almost picked him. So nice play by Johnny Gardner, good persistence, staying with it, and like you said, Cabell, he's one of the top 20-24s in the country, going to Maryland, left-handed sniper, and a great way for him to kind of kick off the game.
Talon Smith wins another one. He's 2-0.
This face-off is, to our point earlier about the special teams, face-off is going to be a key element here. Gonzaga, one of their top face-off guy right now is a little bit nicked up, so he's going to be coming in only in reserve minutes as needed, and that's going to be an interesting part of the game to watch. Gonzaga needs to try and get to 50% on the face-offs.
Hank Maddox carries the ball behind, short-sticked again by James Gardner up to Savoy. Second middies out. Here's Southworth. Double pulling the middies again. It looks like off the face-off, and they haven't switched back. He gets the ball knocked out, and Talon picks his own ground ball back up again. Physical play off the GB, but Talon Smith showing some toughness there. Another turnover on the ride. This game is just crazy in the middle of the field. We talked about the key to victory being the middle of the field.
Yeah, we realize we're having some technical difficulties at home. The stream is either choppy or frozen, and we apologize. We're working to get that fixed. It does have something to do with the temperature out here, I believe. It's very cold.
It would be nice if there's no wind. The players are probably fine. It looks probably nice on your screen, but the wind chills are in the low 30s. Okay, Gonzaga up 3-0 with a minute to go in the first quarter. Down to Gardner with Shermer on him. Gonzaga's now settled in. They're confident. They have a big lead, 3-0.
While Gonzaga's getting it around here, I want to just take a second and talk a little bit more about Landon's defense.
That was a nice play by, and he's trying to do a little sub game here and stay on. He's getting excited to be playing some LSM. That was the first time I saw that double pull work, and so that was a loss for Talon, his first loss of the day. That was a nice scrape out. I believe it was McCarthy on the faceoff.
It was indeed, yeah, and he was able to get the clamp and pull it out
very quickly. Here's Hobson. Landon looks to be in zone. Here's Cody Hobson, Jr. Nathan Ferguson on him.
Good coaching wrinkle by Landon to put it in a zone there, and they force a 13-yard shot.
With the offhand by Hobson. I didn't know that. Will Abramson, the W&L commit, runs right by Fowler, makes a nice pass up to Quinn. His shot from outside, and he scores it. What a shot by Quinn Coughlin. In the corner, a dot from 45 yards away. Incredible play on the 10-man.
That's a little bit of risk there when you're, up the field riding like that. Leave the goal open, and very well placed on that shot. You don't see that very often. That's tough to do.
I mean, that was I'm not sure he meant to put in the corner. He meant to score for sure, but Will Abramson on the assist, the defenseman versus a 10-man. And here is Talon Smith facing off. This time Chickatello on the wing, but Davis Owens picks it up clean. Another win for Landon. So Landon's up 5-2 in faceoffs early here. See if they can score. And Gonzaga back in a 10-man. I mean, they just 10-man every single time.
They do.
And it creates havoc, but now they're going to be over. They move to steal here. Chase has a short stick. Pels almost hooks him there. All right, now Hank Maddox saying settle it down to Chase. Slow down. He's got Pels on him. It's a good matchup.
And, that's just a bad extra man attempt.
That was a 20-yarder.
They'll get it back with 12 seconds on the clock.
You just don't even want to take that shot. It just seemed like he was like winding up and then cranking it and winding up. And then he ricocheted off a player. Here's Fowler coming down. He almost shot it from 15. Deflected. Good nugget, good defense. All right, here we go. Back in for man up. Back in for man up. Looks like new formation spots. New play. 3-3 set. Fowler at the point. Gardner top left. Cody top right. Leland in the middle. In their strong hands.
Yeah, they started right in a 3-3, which I think is a good idea. Before they were starting in an open look, and they had all this window dressing to get into a 3-3, and it was just
Panetti again, a short stick.
That's just because they switch on picks and they're sliding.
I just threw it away because of the 80-second shot clock. Great defense by Gonzaga. Nothing doing for the Bears. Just No sense. All right, we are 3 minutes away here, and we're coming on a little early because we think we have worked things out here thanks to the expert at Automatic Sports. Are we good? Vic, are we good? We are good to go here. 2 minutes to go in the halftime. Let's talk about that first half. 7-2 Gonzaga. If you're just joining us, we apologize for the video malfunction. We're gonna give Jesse, the coach, a little bit of fun. Gonzaga back out warming up. Landon out warming up as well. The second quarter stats, Matt, let's talk about those. We didn't review those. Landon got back to 3-2 with goals by Quinn Coughlin and Anthony Panetti, but then Zaga reeled off 4 straight.
Yeah, they really went on a run there in that second quarter. That's really changed the game, and it started with the ride.
It was 3-0 after 1, and now it's 7-2, and it's all about the 10-man ride for Gonzaga. I was just going out to the parents and talking at halftime, and they're asking what's going on. It's just very simple. Landon cannot clear versus the 10-man ride. Gonzaga has a bunch of turnovers, forced turnovers, ride goals. There's been a couple of fouls, actually, and Landon hasn't had one man up yet. Talon Smith is the bright spot for Landon. He's been doing a pretty good job at the face-off X. He won 5 out of 10, I believe. And Gonzaga is double polling the wing. We'll see if the Landon coaches can make that adjustment, put in the clear, maybe counter with double polls themselves on the wing. Something needs to happen at the face-off X. Something needs to happen on the clear. Gonzaga feeling good with 7. They're on way to getting to that 10-point barometer. But Coach Cassidy and the Landon defensive coordinator is going to try to shut down the Gonzaga offense. And I believe he's in charge of the clear. He and Coach McGettigan in charge of the clear setup. See what they dial up for the third quarter here and the face-off. I'm Cabell Maddox, joined by Matt Rienzo. Thanks for joining us here at Triplet Field at Bordley Stadium on a very cold March. It's colder in March than February, pretty much every year in D.C. now. February, I remember it was 80 degrees and we were wearing shorts, and now it is the dead of winter. It feels like about 25, 30 degrees out here. You wouldn't know it by looking at the athletes on the field, the high school athletes wearing shorts. Gonzaga in the black, intimidating black with the purple and white. I like that look they got going on today. Landon in the all whites. And here we go. Bringing out Hayden Goose, new faceoff guy, and they are double polling right out of the gates.
I mean, you got your two of your best players and your best athletes are Davis, Owens, and Cohen, so I think it makes sense to put them up there, Cabell.
Yeah, new faceoff guy, Goose versus McCarthy, and we got Rienzo and Cicatello on the wing, and Hayden gets a pinch and pop. It does not scoop. It gets bumped from behind, and that'll be a Landon win. A good win for Hayden Goose.
And they call that a hold on Bobby McCarthy.
Chase trots out. Let's see if they bring out the first midfield lines. They're stacking the first midfield line at Landon, which I am glad to see. Savoy's had a great start to the season with 2 goals last week. And Chase Robertson, the Utah commit, over to Anthony Panetti, the Bucknell commit. Here's Savoy, the Denison commit, with Mikey Settles on him. Invert offense for Landon. Anthony Savoy is a converted attackman. You can see Michael Michaelis, the pre-sliding on the pipes. Interesting defense there for Gonzaga. Matt, you see those 2 defensemen?
Yeah, they're basically getting in a box with one in the middle, so that whichever way they dodge, they have predetermined slides ready to go.
So it's like a zone. It's like a zone.
Yeah, it's a zone, quick slide defense on the invert. It's not a bad strategy.
Troy Lisney up top to Chase Robertson, down to Savoy. Here's the matchup they're trying to exploit. Early slide, nice slide there by.
I like that slide. I think that's good team defense.
Can't see it. Panetti with the shot. Resets the shot clock on the hits a goalie. Shot chased out by Steele Maddox.
I think that might have hit the pipe, Cabell.
No, did it really?
It might have.
Who's that guarding Steel Maddox? 29? Can't see that.
That's Austin Cunningham.
29, Austin Cunningham, the Army commit. Is he a captain as well?
He is. So you've got on defense for Gonzaga, you've got Army, Georgetown.
Look at them fall into the box and one above in a zone when they go to invert every time.
Yep.
So it's very hard to dodge against this zone.
And also it allows your slide guy to be there and be ready no matter what they run.
Now they got him, actually. One more. Troy pop out. No. Panetti has Rienzo on him. Matthew Rienzo's been all over the field. He's been on the wing. He's been LSM. He's been behind. Panetti dodging down the alley up to Steel Maddox. Steel has a short stick on him. Back to Panetti. He's got the short. Good little two-man game.
Now they're going to have to look to double that. He's got a shorty on him.
10-second shot clock. They're not set up in that zone as quickly here. Over to Maddox, over to Robertson, down to Savoy. 4 seconds in the shot clock. See if Savoy can score one. He goes tough. Gets banged in the crease by Rienzo. No call. And that's going to reset the shot clock and give it back to the Bears.
They called a loose ball push on that, so not a time-serving penalty.
It's not a penalty, but it resets the shot clock. It's a loose ball push. No penalty. Resets the shot clock to 60. 9:42 in the third. 7-2 Eagles. Hank Maddox with the ball in the restart, and they have Gardner on him. Hank gets a step on Gardner. Kicks it up to Southworth. Over to Stewart. Keep Robertson on the field here. Stewart takes it, misses left.
So what do we have, Cabell? Is this a mixed midfield line now? You got Panetti, Robertson, and
Chase can run all day. He doesn't need to get subbed. Number 11, the Utah commit. So he can play offense every single time they go. Here's Ulisny, two-man game behind with Hank Maddox. Ulisny kicks it up to Steele. Over to Chase. One more. Here it is. Southworth opportunity here. Look at Gonzaga pre-slid.
I like how they're supporting each other. They're ready to go. I think that's good team defense. I'm not concerned with them going too early. We'll just see if Landon can take advantage of it.
The way to take advantage of that is by skip passes to the backside and better off-ball movement, so that you can't just dodge and shoot because they're going to come. You got to dodge and move it. This is going to be really hard to score. See, that's going to be tough to score all day. You can't dodge and shoot against that tough zone backer defense.
And you got three guys on the ball there, so that's just he ran himself into trouble. He needs to draw the slide and move it to the adjacent, move it again to the backside, and re-attack the backside.
Here's Freddie Fowler. Freddie Fowler having a good day. The Colgate commit has 2 goals and an assist already with Eli Smink, the sophomore, on him, guarding him, the lanky lefty. Two-sport athlete, great hockey player as well, part of the IC championship hockey team. Great save there by Abramson. They split halves with goalie. This is a new goalie. Zach Abramson in for the second half.
Both left-handed, which is pretty rare.
And both similarly, and Monahan backs that up. So the shot technique is not working there.
So Monahan was ready for it. He backed it up. Now Gonzaga, that's just a failed clear for Landon.
Yeah, so that's a reason I shot that for you guys at home is because Gonzaga runs a 10-man ride the entire game, every single change of possession, and it's been giving Landon fits. They literally have 2 clears, I think, successfully the whole game, and that's been the difference in the game. Robbie Bath back on the first line.
Gonzaga's clear is way improved and looks really good. They're getting the ball out pretty easily when they handle the ball.
Yeah, Landon not putting much pressure on you'd think they would throw a 10-man on to counter, or at least a 9-man here. And here's Ferguson inverted on, looks like that Rafferty. Can't see that. No, that was Fowler.
Leland's going to get a run here, it looks like.
Leland's got a short stick, AZ Zayad on him. AZ defending Jack Leland. The Georgetown commit captain goes to his left, splints back right. Over to Cody Hobson with Will Cohen on him. Eli on Fowler. Back to X with Ferguson inverted. Ferguson, the Delaware commit, is guarding Freddie Fowler, an attackman. Fowler kicks up to Leland. Leland splits to his left, kicks it out to Cody Hobson, who blasts it. Easy pickup by Zach Abramson. Zach Abramson with 2 saves already here quickly in the third quarter. And they clear it. Folks, that is the third successful clear of the day, and that's how desperate it's been for Landon to chuck bombs like that and land it. Troy Ulisny with the ball. The junior transfer
That's one of the looks that you'll have against this clear. You're going to have to go deep into the corners or find somebody on the backside in the middle of the field.
And they bring out Robertson again. I told you he can go all day. And they got Panetti out there, and this is Quinn Coughlin, who has a goal on the ride. And they're short-sticking Chase. This is the best matchup here. Nice little pick play. Chase goes underneath, sprints it, has a slide, shot. Had Monahan going, guessing off hip there.
Yeah, he was leaning to his left and had to save to his right. That was interesting.
Here's Hank Maddox with a short stick on him. Still has a shorty on him. Ryan Pells, 15 seconds.
Ryan Pells, a junior.
Ryan Pells is the top short stick D-midi for Gonzaga. Another pickoff for Monahan. That's his third pickoff on the throw to X.
That's his third of the game. That's really incredible play by Monahan.
He picks those off all the time, and watching him do that for the Madlax DC Dogs for years. He does it now in important part of the game.
Davis Owens in the middle of the field. Let's see if he can create a turnover.
He has one already on Devin Geary. Second line comes out. Throw it to Gardner. He's got guys all behind him. Is this Rafferty? No, it's 22. That is Griffin Dabbs in on attack. Senior commit to Roanoke. Getting some playing time here. First action of the day. With Gardner and Fowler out there with them, rounding out the attack. And then it's Neary. It's 44, Matt Mayer again. Second line's getting some good action today for Gonzaga. Invert offense, double invert. Two shorties behind. Little box action with a lot of motion up top. Nice offense when you have faith in your middies to invert like that. Gardner wide open to Dabbs.
Got to shoot that overhand. That's low angle,
Dabbs
sidearm. Needs to be overhand.
Dabbs wanted that one, chased out by Landon. And now Gonzaga's setting up a 10-man. See, the only person open down here is the attackman,
and one of the top goalies in the country.
Yeah. Sorry, we haven't mentioned that. He's a UPenn commit. Third team all DMV. Oh, throwaway by Abramson inside to Fowler. And, missed ground balls everywhere from Oh, Cicatello dumps it into Fowler. He can't handle it. Timeout, Gonzaga.
Good timeout in hindsight. They mishandled that. They probably would have gotten it back, but that's a good timeout.
Calls timeout on Cicatello's GB.
10 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It's Gonzaga Eagles 8, Landon Bears 3.
Yep.
And what's been a helter-skelter game with very heavy high winds, very cold.
Sporadic video.
Sporadic video. We apologize for any technical difficulties. And really it's just been up and down, lots of failed clears, lots of mishandled passes in the middle of the field, and those aren't unforced errors typically. They're, double teams and pressure riding that's creating that. So
you think Gonzaga is going to want to play this year the whole season, just 10-man the whole season and make everything muck it up?
Based on what I've seen in 2 games, it appears as though they are.
Wow. That's an exciting way to play.
It's fun for the kids.
Totally. The attackmen are going to love it. They're going to get a lot of those open net rod goals, we call them. Landon back out off the timeout on Gonzaga's timeout. 10:24 to go here. Thanks for joining us here at Triplet Field at Bordley Stadium. We thought the game would be a little bit closer than this, and Landon could get back, and they always bring some fight in the fourth, do the Bears. So we'll see what happens here. They're coming out in zone, though. Zone defense. Gonzaga coming out in a circle set. That's Hobson. Don't see him behind the goal very often. Over to McNamara. Number 0.
If I were Gonzaga, I would just take this down to 10 seconds. Kill the shot clock. Time is their friend right now.
They're going right into a pretty aggressive cut there by Leland. Over to Gardner, wide open shot.
And they do the opposite of what I recommended, is they shoot very quickly in the possession.
Well, don't you think that their whole mentality is like ride hard, play fast? Like they just don't have a slow down mechanism in their body, I don't think, in their DNA with Coach King and a strip there. Good double team. Fowler splits the double.
I don't know how he got out of that one with the ball.
I know, and he was getting ragged. And here's Leland, a great pickup. Davis Owens smacking him.
Couple whacks in the back there.
I know.
I like the aggressiveness.
Lucky didn't get the call there. Here's Gardner carrying, throwing back to Leland. Carrying, lefty.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
I've always been impressed by Jack Leland's dead even right-left.
Yeah, he's pretty ambidextrous.
I mean, he's going to Georgetown, and he has a lefty shot. His hands are exactly the same. You cannot tell what hand he is. Good shot saved there by Zach Abramson off the shot by Johnny Gardner.
And they do get a shot clock reset, so that's another 60 seconds they can take off the clock if they choose to get it around a little bit.
Here's Hobson. Is Hobson leaning towards football in college? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I know he's going to have some strong options for both lacrosse and football, so it's just a matter of...
What's he play for the football team?
Running back.
He's running back for the...
Starting running back.
Yeah, he's a heck of a two-sport athlete.
If you can start at Gonzaga or St. John's or any of these WCAC schools in football, you're pretty good.
Yeah, you're going to get some Division I offers, and so he is not committed for lacrosse. I'm sure he's had offers and probably holding out for some... From football offers, here he is right here.
Yeah, I think, he's a very talented player, very good athlete. I think he's going to, wait and see kind of what happens. And he may, in my opinion, he could end up playing either one of those sports.
Back to X to Fowler. Fowler up top to Hobson. Hobson will let this go.
On cue from 15 yards, he does shoot the ball from pretty far out, but he's had some success with it going in the last year and a half or so. Sophomore year and this year, his junior year. Although that's a little farther out than you typically want to shoot, it goes in a fair amount of the time for Cody Hobson. So I don't think anyone's complaining. And that was kind of worst case scenario for Landon. They took a minute and a half off the clock, 2 minutes off the clock, and they scored.
From 17. Back to the face-off. 4 long sticks on the wing. It's kind of been the MO today. Double pulling on the wing. Just letting these animals get after it. Nice ground ball there by, he dropped it. Will Abramson almost had it. BTB 360 shot by Fowler, but backed up by Landon.
I like the attempt.
Oh, the refs gave that to the black team, and that's probably...
It's a close call.
Yeah, that was close. It looked like 42 Nico Shermer had that clean on the chase out. Fresh shot clock, 80 seconds, 70 seconds on down to 70. Second mids come out with Neary and Mayer and Slater. Landon looks like they're back to man. No, they're still
back to the zone.
No, they're still saying zone. That's picked off by
a very, very bad pass.
Will Cohen picked it off and then dropped it. Didn't know where it was. He gets his own ground ball, and this is where they struggle clearing. Throw it to you. Troy's open in the corner. That was the best clear. They didn't go 10-man.
Yeah, they didn't have time to get into it off a save or off of a turnover.
First non-10-man ride of the day.
Gonzaga will try and get into that off the end line, off of a save, off of a lot of different things, but they weren't able to get into it that time. It was just too fast.
Here's Hank Maddox on Michaelis. Had a step on him, opted to pull it out. Over to Panetti, over to Robertson. And they're going to sub Nathan Ferguson, the short stick down for Savoy coming out of the midfield. He's got, looks like Mikey settles on him. Mikey jacks him up, knocks the ball out.
That is just incredible defense by Settles, standing him up.
I've been impressed with Settles today. I think he's been the best D-shorty on the field today.
I think all three of them have played well. Gardner and Pels and Settles. But you're right, Settles is definitely distinguishing himself, playing very well.
A little pass down, pick down on the clear for Johnny Gardner, number 3, the Maryland commit with the ball. Nico Shermer on him, and they opt to hold it smartly. Up 6 with 6:23 to go. They bring out the first midfield line of Bath, Hobson, and Leland. Great first midfield line. I think Gonzaga's starting to figure it out offensively here. They got their, what appear to me would be the top 6 players on the roster out on the field right now with McNamara, Gardner, and Fowler on attack.
And Will Glettner is typically ran on the first midfield, but I don't see him. He must be hurt. I don't see him on the sidelines even, so I don't know what happened with him, but hope he's okay. Cody Hobson with a left-handed rip, stick side, but kind of at the hip level, so kind of a tough shot to track. And I think the goalie was screened as well. That release came with a defender sort of in front of him, so that was a tough one to pick up.
Good to see Cody using his left.
And that was well within shooting distance. You know, he was probably at about 8 yards for that one. So that was definitely a good shot, good time to shoot, well executed. Nice goal for Hobson.
Here's Talon Smith versus Bobby McCarthy again. Let's see if Talon can get the draw. He does. He pushes it forward. Bobby McCarthy does a nice job of boxing him out to allow Cicatello to pick it up. They just have had the ball. I mean, Gonzaga's just had the ball way more.
Good. He's got
drive.
4 guys on him.
How does he
Pels
do
is
that?
able to maintain the ball.
He's got an LSM and 3 attackmen on him, and he keeps the ball on the roll. Great play by Ryan Pels, the D-Midi. Great athlete. One of the best students in the school. I don't know if you're aware of this. He has a 4.6 GPA.
I didn't think they went that high.
He takes all APs, and he has an A in every single one. So
sounds like me.
So weighted. Oh, diving goal by Fowler. Doesn't look like, wait, they haven't decided, and they're going to allow it. Diving goal by Fowler.
Yeah, to your point, Cabell, Pels is a junior. He's uncommitted. He's a very good student. Certainly very capable of playing at a high D1 level, so it'd be interesting to see where he ends up.
Yeah, for you college coaches watching at home, there's a lot of outstanding uncommitted athletes on the field out here.
And Gonzaga's actually, utilizing some subs on defense. They've got Charlie Shearer in the game on close defense, and they're featuring number 43 at the long stick midi position. That's Dom Davella.
It looks like Landon just subbed out their senior captain, Nico Shermer. I hope he's okay. He was limping. I'm looking for him on the sidelines.
It's 11-3 with 4 minutes to go in the fourth, so I think, it would be smart if somebody's a little nicked up to get him out of the game for either team at this point. I don't think the result is changing under any circumstances.
Robbie Bath down to Hobson. Back to McNamara. To Fowler, back to McNamara. 11-3 with 4:20.
One note here out of this game is the emergence of Robbie Bath on the first midfield. I think that's good news for Gonzaga.
I've been coaching Robbie since he was in first grade. I'm very, very happy for him. He's been struggling through a hamstring injury for over a year.
Seems to be fully healthy and ready to go, though, right, Cabell?
Oh, he's 100% now for sure. He looks great, and he's always been one of the best gamers. Nice ride goal.
Jack Leland with a ground ball off of the ride, and then he throws it to Charlie McNamara, number 0, for the crease goal. Again, another good ride by Gonzaga. And Gonzaga has changed goalies. Declan Monahan has come out, and Kevin Kane, number 41, the sophomore goalkeeper. You might give Big Tasty a run for size.
Seriously.
Over at St. John's. He's a big boy and a very good goalie in his own right. Kevin Kane likely to be the starter next year upon graduation of Declan Monahan.
What year is he? Is he a
Kane is a sophomore, so he'll be a junior next year. So
Hayden Goose facing off. Another win for Gonzaga. Gonzaga has taken over in the second half with faceoffs and now has the lead overall. Looks like Gonzaga subbed out their entire attack. We'll try to get these names for you. Chase Noyes, number 50, with the ball. You can't see that over there. Looks like Dabbs has it.
And Jack Kernan, number 88.
Nice. Yeah, let's get these names out here.
Kernan's in at midfield.
Sorry, yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah, Kernan, the senior midi here with the ball. Up 12-3. Nice to see the coach subbing everybody.
Also running with number 6, Tim McGrail, sophomore.
And Landon subs out their entire attack, and Gonzaga subs out their entire D. Who is that monster on defense for Gonzaga back there?
Charlie Shearer. He's like 6'5", committed to Iona.
Man, his first action of the day. He looks like a giant among boys out there. 2:50 to go, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Looks like these guys don't miss a beat coming in. Understanding the game plan. Number 12, that is Christian Damude on the ball defensively. Short stick. Jackson behind. Almost a goal, but he goes through the crease. Nice little twister shot there.
We got number 92 for Gonzaga coming in. I believe that's Sweezy, although my roster cuts off at 88.
That was Timmy McGrail on the take. Timmy McGrail, the sophomore with the twister dodge and shot.
That is number 92, William Sweezy.
Sweezy out there on LSM.
Sweezy, the nephew of Christian Sweezy, longtime lacrosse pundit and lacrosse enthusiast.
And Gonzaga alum.
And
right?
Gonzaga alum.
Right.
Worked for many years for Inside Lacrosse, and I believe he freelance writes still.
Washington
Post as well.
Yeah. Up to Quinn Coughlin. And Chase Robertson goes out there again. Over to Panetti. Looks like Landon still has the first midget out with the second attack. Inside to Burke. Kick save, Kane!
I think he got that with his size 14 shoe right there.
I mean, he literally...
A toe save.
It was a great shot by Jack Burke. Fake high, go low, and then Kane just kicked it out. 1:30 to go, 12-3. It's over here. We're just... Panetti missed that very wide. Back to Burke. Jack Burke, the junior, picks it up. Out there with Strabo, Phil Strabo, and they throw it back behind.
Nice poke check by Shearer.
Behind the goal. Here is Neveroski. He gets the ball stripped by Gardner.
James Gardner played varsity basketball for Gonzaga this year as a junior. Just to be on that team is incredible.
That is amazing.
And he came out here. He took 2 days off between seasons, and he was out here on the third day with lacrosse. So very versatile athlete.
Here's Mikey Settles, varsity soccer player and phenomenal athlete. Having a great game defensively. And here they trot out number 11, Carter Caden, the sophomore with the ball. Down to, I think that's Dabbs over there. I believe that's Griffin Dabbs with the ball. Yes, it is. The Roanoke commit. Over to 55, William Raymond. There used to be another Raymond.
That's his younger brother. He's now at Villanova.
Yeah.
Luke Raymond.
I remember Luke Raymond.
Part of a very talented Villanova team this year.
Yeah, they had a nice win the other day over Penn, right?
Yep.
We're going to be back next week, Matt, and I'm looking forward to it down at the Jesuit Classic at Georgetown University. We're going to have Gonzaga and Georgetown Prep battle it out a week from tonight, and that will be the next game we call and the next DMV Lax game of the week. Last year, it was ugly for the Eagles. This year, they're going to have that night on their mind and be probably ultra motivated and feeling pretty good after this win today. Who do you want to give the most valuable player award to for Gonzaga? I thought that Freddie Fowler had a great game. I thought that Declan Monahan had a great game as well.
I mean, Declan Monahan's going to probably win player of the game every game, so my vote goes to Freddie Fowler on this one.
Yeah, Fowler with 1, 2, 3 goals and 2 assists for 5 points. That's a great night for any attackman, but the Colgate commit garners MVP game award. Who does Gonzaga have later this week before they play?
So they play O'Connell on Friday, then they play a huge in-conference game on Sunday against Paul VI. Then they play Tuesday against Georgetown Prep. Is not a great, spacing of games between two such huge games of Paul VI on Sunday and then
that's tough.
Georgetown Prep on Tuesday. But, these kids are young. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, it was great to call the game with you. Thanks to everybody here for joining us. And we'll see you next Tuesday night for the game of the week.